morning. Good Saturday morning. How are you guys feeling? Good night's sleep? Nice recovery? Hope so. Glutes activation. We got 3 rounds of the activation, which is really going to be challenging. So when you get down to the rest of it, those weights might not have to be so heavy, but what I would like you to do is really put your mind into the muscle. Tempo training means you perform your reps to a specific count scheme, and what I want is a 1-up, hold for 4. Really acknowledge the squeeze and come down. Now, with a 4, that's a long time and you're going to be fatigued. So just keep in mind that the intention is a full hold and contraction, and that might be 2 seconds, that might be 4 seconds, all right? Everyone at their own pace, everyone working at their own level. Our squats, if you're not great with your knees this morning, you know, bring up your bench and you're going to do some bench squats, meaning you're just going to use a bench for support, okay? And modify any movement that doesn't feel great. Usually on a glute day, we're not getting a lot of knee activity in because we're really trying to focus up here, but just be cautious. All right, let's go. Squat step, side to side. You could put your band on right away or not. I am not going to, okay? So what I wanted with these squat steps, when we can begin, 20 reps, down low, and a slight lean forward, hit those glutes, and I just want you to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And 20. So, second one, squat with a band, but we're not going to do it with a band just as for this first one, okay? Externally rotate at your hip, get those glutes, and at the bottom, especially with the band on, you're going to want to cave, and I need you to keep it out, all right? So, band, squat, and make sure those knees stay out. 1, and 20. I have a lot of adjustments going on in my hips and my knees, which is interesting, and I actually welcome them, right? Your body just slept for 8 hours, and then when you wake up, the muscles wake up, the joints wake up, right? So here we go with our reverse frog hyper. Again, the band will come up next. Hips oriented to the end of your bench, soles of your feet, and squeeze up. And 20. Okay, so you can see it's high volume, and you can keep the 20 reps through the 3, or you can come down to 15 in the second set and 12 in the third set. You can do 10, 10, 10. It depends on you, it depends on your level, it depends on how you feel today, okay? Check it out. It's important. Static glute bridge. So you're gonna be up with your hips elevated, and then you're gonna open, close. All right, so squeeze, 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 open and close. And 20. Right back up. Anything needs a good stretch or just an evaluation, that's important. Body's just waking up. It's pretty much not even sure what you're about to do to it, so give it the time it needs. Squat step side to side. I can either stick with no band and 50 or 20 reps. I could put the band on and go 15 reps. And that's what I think I'm gonna do. So with the band and those squat steps, I wanna go side to side. I wanna go fairly wide, and I want to stay low, okay? So. Yeah, and those knees are gonna wanna pop in. Keep it to a rep scheme that you can keep really good form, right? So here's your squat. Now, I know I've got one side that just does a boop, boop, boop. I just wanna be aware and hold it in as perfect form as I can, understanding that my body is my body, yours is yours, so you're doing your best. So I wasn't coming up, and remember this for your next round, to stay in a range that's really focusing on those glutes, okay? Coming up all the way. In this instance, isn't as necessary as holding the contraction. Reverse frog hyper. This might be difficult. I might get 12 out, I don't know. If you've got no band on, go for the 20, okay? Yeah, my brain started leaving the room as I was thinking that that movement especially, I don't know why, in that position is very difficult to get the full hip rotation external. So I was just doing this little thing in my head where, okay, if it's not out as far as I want, am I still getting a squeeze where I want? Maybe in a different way. And yes, I was, so I continued as long as I could hold that. Something needs to be, if it's not the full Monty, then decide I'm gonna stick with this in this reduced range, because I'm still getting a good effect from it, right? So here is your static glute bridge, open, close. And 15, good. Anything needs attention, Give it the attention it needs. You know, the right band makes a big difference too. This one's a little tighter than my usual, which I cannot find my usual band. So I'm having to adjust a little bit. And it's really important to keep your equipment organized. In a move, you might not find it. I'm giving myself a break. But to keep your equipment up to date and handy and ready and know what you're capable of with that piece of equipment in general, right? I know that this one's too tight, so I'm going to work with that information. Core is working hard. And then your squats. Seven. Ooh. Good. Hypers. Getting rid of the band. I'd like to get some full reps. Nice range of motion here. Oh, alrighty. Finish up our activation with some static glute bridge, open, close, okay? There we go. Yeah. Squeeze, 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 and open, close. Now, all those necessary muscle fibers are awake, and the rest of our workout will be efficient because we'll be hammering them. They're all engaged and ready to go. Dumbbell squat, 30% lean means just a slight lean forward. We want to really target that glute. All right, barbell, if you're on your barbell squat rack or dumbbells, 4 times 10. Let's go. Let's see. There we go. Slight lean forward and just squat. And nice job. Feeling that in your upper body. I don't know, probably because of our workout yesterday. Upper body is had been challenged, might be sore. Again, I'm keeping it down in a range that's really keeping the focus on my glutes, so not standing all the way up. I'm not necessarily driving my hips back and forth, right? I'm still, with a squat, you're up and down the movement, but you're in that forward lean, so it's hitting that glute, okay? It's not like a deadlift where you literally drive your hips out and in. It's out back, it stays there, and you go down and up. Set number 2. Watch that slight lean forward because it is creating tension in your back, which is core work, which is good. But if it doesn't feel right, adjust. Good? Woo! That second set, I can feel myself, the ability to get lower and really focus in with my brain. Yeah, sometimes when there's a lot going on in your life, it's hard to focus on the workout, let alone the individual pieces of each workout and the individual pieces of each movement. So give yourself a break. You're here. Set number 3. This would be my upright. I would be upright and, all right, instead of my slight lean forward. You're gonna have to make that adjustment. I don't see a big difference for myself in the upright posture. I'm sure if I were to look in a mirror and take a picture, I would see a difference. But the difference with your glute matters, okay? That's where you wanna. That was 3, we got 4. And then our splinter. We're gonna splinter those Bulgarians. I'm gonna go without a weight and a slightly lean forward, meaning sprinter, right? Okay. 4th set. Dumbbell or barbell squat, depends on where you're at. What equipment you have and what you choose to use today. Beautiful. Alrighty. If you are using a weight, you might use 2 for balance. You might use 1 for challenge, and then a fingertip balance. You might not use any at all. 12 and 12, right into 10 and 10, right into 8 and 8, right into 6 and 6. Heart rates will elevate, we'll use a lot of big muscles, and you'll rest whenever you need, okay? You might go 10, 10, 8, 8, 6, 6. Your workout. All right, in the Bulgarian position, and I'm going to keep this lean forward as opposed to pulling it back, and you would feel a real stretch on those quads, okay? So I'm slightly forward and this is where you're going to feel your strengths and weaknesses relative to side activity, okay? One side might feel stronger. Okay. One of you out there in that group, and I know you're like this. Wonder Woman syndrome, I've got it. I'm handling everything in my life, and I think I'm handling it pretty damn good. But you don't know for sure. If there's something obviously overwhelming on in your life, bring it into your workout. Just because you feel great everywhere doesn't mean you gotta push it even further. Our workouts, when you're under stress, are to maintain the routine, okay? Maintain the gains. Sometimes when you got a lot of shit going on out there, this has to be counseling for you. It has to be a peaceful place that you just don't think, okay? But just understand at those times you might not move forward very much. Staying where you're at is good in the tough times, challenging times, exciting times. It all every part of life. I was going to try and do very little rest in between these, and I'm going to give myself that break today and give myself a little time between sets on this one. 8. On a 100% day for myself, I would be hammering this by increasing the weight. As the reps go down, you lift the weight up. And if you're playing at 100, 120% of your capacity, do it. You gotta like grab onto the good times and get some hard workouts in. They cover you for the other times where you might not be showing up. That time to finish up, take a rest, and we've just got the glute thrusts. This is the tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I'd like you to hold it up. 2 to 4 counts on the top. Your ability to sustain that kind of contraction is going to reduce. Now on the floor, you can have your feet up on the bench, or you can do the hip thrust with your shoulders on the bench. And that's what I'm going to do today, okay? Right. 4 times 10, and then we just have our finisher. Now that went really fast, and it went fast because I was modifying quite a bit. If I forced us all to go through all 20 reps, take the resting that we needed for heavier lifts, this workout could go to 30 to 40 minutes. So just gauge there. Invest the time that you have. If you have to take off now and what we just did is all you can do today, you win a prize. It's Saturday and you showed up. Okay. And hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 7, 2, 8, 2, Your upper body is flat, facing the ceiling, your head is forward. If that creates tension, it's up to you in between to ease off. And actually, while you're doing it, if you're feeling an incredible tension, know, acknowledge it, right? Eventually your body will learn how to relax a little bit more through a movement like that. But just be aware, all the muscles want to help. That's the function of the body's muscles, to work as a team to get a job done. So you got to give it a break there. It wants to jump in. Gladys Kravitz here is nosy, wants to help everybody. I just felt that last set was lousy. I don't think I was set up properly. Nothing about it I liked. And it just goes to show you. You know, when you start lifting weights, it really pays to take your time and make those positions and those processes ingrained. So times like this, 40 years down the road when you're doing it and your mind is like in outer space, you can rely on your body to remember. And if it's not doing it, like just now, it felt awkward, it felt wrong. We're humans. Let's go. Set number 3. Tension's building, ease it off. We got one more set here, or that might be your end. You might lose the weight, which I think I'm gonna. I might actually do one set, glute bridge with a band. So there. That finisher is gonna be easy. It's gonna burn like a butter, but it's gonna be done and over. Let's go. Last set. Bam. I just want to do these 15. If you wanted to do the band clamp standing, we did quite a bit of that. I was just going to try and get off right out the back with those abductions. 15 and 15. Good. One more. Watch the tension in your back. If you're arching too much, it'll contract and it'll feel horrible. All right, bring it into a forward stretch. And then come on back out. You actually should be in a forward lean slightly anyways. And then that tension, that contraction might not be so great. Zip. Nice. How about a little stretch? We got a big one coming up tomorrow, you guys. If you haven't come, or if you've come and said, oh, this is baloney, try one more time. I can't tell you. Even if you can't immediately absorb the importance of it, your body can. Good. Coffee time. I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30. Stretch strong, right? Have a fantastic day, you guys. I will talk to you tomorrow, and I'll have the boards out for us tomorrow too, next week. I'm on the edge. I think we're gonna flip our training. I don't know for sure. It's always exciting, but it's always effective. Keep showing up. Thanks again, you guys. So great to have somebody to meet and train with.